gonna show you a super realistic dinner of what I make for my family, and I am really frugal and only shop what's on sale. The first step of the at-home beef and broccoli is a little bit of fresh ginger. I don't have any, so we're using a little bit of ground ginger. I don't know, maybe half a teaspoon-ish. Next up is fresh garlic, and of course I don't have any fresh garlic either, so I'm just gonna use about 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. This is also known as jarlic in my household. Next up is about a half a cup of hot water and a little over a third of a cup of soy sauce. Now I'm adding 3 packed tablespoons of light brown sugar. I never measure pepper, but my recipe technically calls for a 1/4 teaspoon. I always go a little bit heavy on it. That's a personal preference. Next up is 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. This I do measure because a little too oily can kind of be a problem. I don't like the texture if it's too oily. Last but certainly not least is 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch. Now I'm just throwing a bag of frozen broccoli in the oven with a little bit of oil and some garlic salt. That was a lot of salt. Now, here's where things can start to come into your own interpretation. So I thawed about, I don't know, 1/2 pound, 3/4 pound of some venison steaks, and that's what I'm gonna use as my main protein. This is a beef and broccoli, so obviously you can use beef or bison or whatever you have, but personally, it is way cheaper for my family if I use venison because we hunt and process our own deer. Now, I do a lot of cooking, but I still have no idea what is with the grain and what is against the grain. So I know I'm supposed to be doing one of the two, but I have no idea which one is which and which one I'm supposed to be doing. So we are winging it, and I'm cutting it up into about evenly sliced little chunks like this. People have a thing about venison, and I honestly don't have that thing that people don't like about venison. I think it's great. Do I think beef is better? Yeah, probably, but I like the price point of venison, and I like knowing where my food comes from a lot of the time, and I know exactly where this deer came from, so. Also, venison has some great health benefits, and red meat in general, so this is a great recipe if you really are looking for something that is high in protein and very, very lean, because venison is extremely lean. There's almost no fat. While personally, I do not enjoy these Knorr spicy Korean barbecue instant things, I will be using them in tonight's dinner. They were on clearance for 27 cents, and I had $1 back on 2 on Fetch Rewards. So I bought them just to try, and honestly, not great. I'm sorry, Knorr, but not my favorite thing. But there are perfectly good noodles in here that we'll be repurposing. I'm just going to be dumping out all of the seasonings.